It was one of those evenings that felt almost too perfect to be real. The city lights shimmered off the puddles from an afternoon rain, and the air carried that clean, electric scent that follows a storm. My girlfriend, Emma, walked beside me, her laughter blending with the hum of passing cars. We just finished dinner at a small Italian place downtown, and for once, everything in my life felt steady. Safe. We stopped at a street corner, waiting for the light to change. That's when I noticed her, a woman sitting on a bench across the street, probably in her mid-30s, bundled in a faded coat that had seen better days. Her hair was tucked messily under a knitted beanie, and beside her sat a worn-out backpack. I figured she was homeless or maybe just down on her luck. She looked up and caught me staring. And then she smiled. It wasn't the kind of smile people give out of politeness or habit. It was soft, knowing, and a little sad. She tilted her head slightly and called out, her voice carrying across the quiet street. "You seem worth knowing." Emma squeezed my hand, a little surprised. I gave an awkward laugh and nodded politely before the light turned green. We crossed, and I thought that would be the end of it. But something about her words clung to me. "You seem worth knowing." It wasn't flirtation, it felt like recognition, like she saw something I didn't even see in myself. We passed by a few blocks before Emma said, "That was weird, right?" "Yeah," I replied, though my tone betrayed uncertainty. "Weird, but kind of nice?" She shrugged it off, scrolling through her phone, but my mind kept wandering back. What did she mean? Why me? We reached the parking lot, and just as I opened the car door, I saw her again. She had followed at a distance, or maybe she'd just coincidentally taken the same route. She stood at the edge of the lot, looking hesitant. Before I could stop myself, I walked over. "Hey, are you okay?" I asked. She nodded. "You didn't have to come over. I just wanted to say, you remind me of someone. My brother. He used to look at people the way you do." I frowned. "The way I do?" "Like you actually see them," she said softly. "Not just their clothes or their face. Like you're looking for the story behind their eyes." I didn't know what to say. No one had ever said something like that to me before. She went on, "He passed away 2 years ago. He was kind, like you seem to be. Always helping people, even when he had nothing himself. When I saw you tonight, I just wanted to remember him for a second." Something cracked inside me. I didn't know this woman, but suddenly, it felt like I did. The loneliness in her voice, the quiet ache in her smile, it all made sense. Without thinking, I reached into my pocket and handed her the small bag of leftovers we'd packed after dinner. "Here," I said. "It's still warm." She hesitated. "Oh no, I couldn't." "Please," I interrupted gently. "He'd probably want you to eat." Tears filled her eyes, and she took the bag like it was something sacred. "You have no idea what this means to me," she whispered. Emma had joined us by then, watching silently. As the woman walked away, Emma slipped her arm around me. "You know," she said quietly, "she was right." "About what?" "You are worth knowing." I smiled, but this time, it wasn't about pride. It was something deeper, something peaceful. Because for the first time, I realized that being worth knowing isn't about success or looks or charm. It's about empathy, the kind that connects strangers in the middle of a cold night under flickering streetlights. A week later, I saw her again. Same bench, same coat. But this time, she wasn't alone. She was talking to a young guy who looked as lost as she once did, handing him a sandwich and a smile. Our eyes met for a moment. She nodded in quiet acknowledgement, and I nodded back. That night, I told Emma, maybe that's all life really is, passing forward the moments that remind us we matter. She took my hand and said, and maybe that's how we become the kind of people worth knowing. Moral. Sometimes, the smallest kindness, a smile, a word, a meal, can ripple through lives we'll never fully know. The world changes, not in grand gestures, but in moments of quiet recognition, when one stranger reminds another that they are seen, valued, and worth knowing.